Hey, good Thursday afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I'm meteorologist Taylor Cox, and today we are talking about those storms that are expected to arrive this weekend. Okay, you have a few days of quiet weather while temperatures warm back up. It's a bit cooler out there yesterday, today, that cold air moving to the east. And then we have storms again this weekend. Hail risk returns on Saturday, late into the night into early Sunday morning. Other than that, it's windy and warm, so that fire danger is still a concern. Yesterday, we had storms across the north. We told you that those storms were coming into Chicago, Indianapolis. We even got a hail report out in St. Louis. This was a 2-star event. We had tornado reports over Peoria. Really, the tornadoes overperformed yesterday. I didn't expect to see this many tornado warnings yesterday. We did have some decent hail, about the size of a quarter, maybe a bit larger in some spots, up in Chicago, but some high wind with this as well. We had some really high wind gusts right in here, and then through the central portion of Illinois into Indiana, right along that Illinois-Indiana state line. Storms continued to track to the east, but it became more of a wind event as we headed farther to the east here into Michigan, Indiana, and by the time we got to Ohio, storms had basically lost a lot of their energy. You can see less reports over here, and it's basically just wind the farther east that you go. Even down into Kentucky, we did get some hail reports as well. So check out that map at hailtrace.com. You can see all of the mapped storms on there. Our meteorologist worked very hard into the late evening hours, even early this morning, mapping those storms. Colder air following those storms. So we've got that cold air pushing out to the east. We've got some warm air trying to make its way in and warm us back up as we head into Friday. It looks like it works because temperatures will warm up just a little bit into tomorrow and even into Saturday, looking nice and warm. But you know what that means. Warmer air means that we have the potential for storms. That's one of the ingredients that we need for storms. The other one is moisture, so we'll get that moisture influx from the Gulf, and then we need forcing. And yes, we do have a low pressure system coming in as we head into the weekend. But right now it's pretty quiet. We've got clear skies across the central portion of the U.S. All of those showers and storms that we saw yesterday have now moved off to the East Coast. So we've got showers coming into New England right now and then out into South Carolina and Georgia. Nothing is severe at the moment. I'm not expecting any severe weather today. We will most likely see those garden variety thunderstorms or just showers. There's your trough. You can see that cold air coming in behind that trough, and then that warm air still holding on out to the east, but we will see colder air coming in later on today. Current temperatures 49 here in Oklahoma City, 48 up in Denver, 44 in Billings. It looks like the 40s are pretty common across the U.S. right now. A little bit colder as you head farther to the north into the upper 30s. I mentioned it's still windy today. We still have that fire risk, especially out in the Dakotas all the way down to Nebraska and then into the Oklahoma-Texas panhandle, just hugging the southern side of Colorado and the eastern side of New Mexico there. That fire risk will stay in effect as we head into the weekend. I do think that your high winds are going to increase as we head into the weekend as well. So warm and windy is what we told you at the very beginning of this forecast. Here's a look at your future radar. As I mentioned, those showers and storms off to the East Coast now. Other than that, we're pretty quiet across most of the U.S. We're going to see more snow and more rain farther back to the west later on this weekend. Other than that, very quiet right now. And I say right now because we have another chance for storms Saturday into Sunday. So let's skip ahead a little bit here. Skipping ahead to Saturday. Here we go. So you can see that most of the day on Saturday, you're good to go. You can get outside, enjoy your weekend, but as we head into the late night hours into early Sunday morning, so this is a nocturnal event, this is an overnight event, anywhere from Kansas City all the way down to the southern side, southeastern side of Kansas, into the northeastern side of Oklahoma. So we're talking about like Tulsa area here, but not as far west as Oklahoma City. You can see those storms start to pop up there. We're still so far out from this event. We don't have any short-term models picking up these storms yet. We will have that for you tomorrow. But even then, I think that we're going to see a better chance for more clustered storms farther up into Missouri, and then isolated storms as you head down the Turner into Oklahoma. Head down 44 here. into Oklahoma. So very isolated the farther south that you go. This system will slowly track to the south and east, and we're going to see an even bigger threat for storms anywhere from the eastern side of Texas all the way into Louisiana, and then up our Gulf states as we head into Sunday. So this is Sunday evening at this point, into Tennessee and Kentucky, all included in that risk. And we'll talk about that risk here in just a minute. But you can see that it's a pretty well-defined area where you're going to get rain as you head into Monday morning. So late Sunday, Monday morning, we've got another risk for storms in this area. Let's take a look at that hail forecast. Now again, I told you that we're several days out. We're about a little over 3 days out from this event. So what are we looking at here? A little over 2 days out. Is that correct? Did I do my math correct? It's Thursday. This is happening Saturday night into early Sunday morning. So this, of course, could change, but this is what we're expecting right now. If we see any larger hail, it's going to be very isolated, anywhere from the southeastern side of Kansas, barely scraping the northern side of Oklahoma, but mainly into Missouri. Now, we just saw hail in this area in the Ozarks, all the way up 44 here on Saturday, last Saturday. So I don't think the hail is going to be that widespread again. I think it's going to be pretty isolated. Again, those clusters of storms could produce more hail, better chances for hail up to the north into places like Kansas City and Jefferson City. However, I think they're going to be smaller sizes. So we're talking quarter or even smaller than that farther up to the north. What's your max forecasted hail size? I think that we could see up to ping pong ball size hail. However, it's going to be very isolated. So there's your storm system tracking off to the east that we got last night. Got another one coming in Saturday into Sunday. What are we talking about on Sunday? Your severe risk here highlighted in yellow, as I mentioned earlier, includes DFW, all the way out to the east, heading into most of Louisiana, the southern side of Arkansas, and then all the way up to the Mississippi Valley into Tennessee, and even the southern side of Kentucky. So that's your risk right now. We're still so far out. We really don't have a lot of data on this risk yet. However, I do think that we'll see that band of storms stretching anywhere from eastern Texas all the way up to Tennessee, most likely through the late night hours on Sunday into early Monday morning. So again, this will be a later event. Your early Sunday morning, you're good to go. However, the later in the day we get, the better chance we have for severe weather. Let's take a look at temperatures. I told you it's a bit cooler for today. However, tomorrow looks nice and warm. Back into the 70s here in Oklahoma City, 77 down in Dallas, 64 in Shreveport. Let's see, we've got the 50s up in Chicago. The wind picks up as well. I don't know if I have the wind forecast in here today or not, but I can tell you the wind picks up here. 80 degrees in Oklahoma City on Saturday. What did I tell you earlier? Warm temperatures, heat. That is a very, very important ingredient for storms. So we have that heat as we head into the even late night hours on Saturday. It's still pretty warm out there in the upper 60s and 70s. Temperatures continue to stay warm as we head into Sunday. Let's see, do we cool down by early Monday? Not really. We still keep our warm temperatures. Down in the south, mid-70s in Oklahoma City, 59 in Kansas City, 57 in St. Louis by Monday afternoon, so it does look pretty nice out there. Just about average or a little bit above average for this time of year. There's your wind forecast. I didn't know if I had put it in here today or not. I told you that those winds are going to start to increase as we head into tomorrow and into the weekend. Once again, it's going to be very windy, not as windy as what we saw yesterday here in Oklahoma, but still windy. It'll be noticeable. Okay, these are strong wind gusts. This is what we're looking at here. Anytime we get those purples on here, especially whenever it's so widespread, we know it'll be a noticeably windy day. And again, we need that rain, especially out in the corners of the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle into New Mexico and Colorado. We definitely need that rain, and unfortunately, we're just not getting it out here. So this will also cause a fire danger throughout the plains and out to the west as we head into this weekend. So again, refrain from any outdoor burning. Be respectful of your neighbors and the people around you, because you definitely don't want to be the person who starts that fire. Taking a look at your extended temperature outlook, temperatures stay warm as we head into the end of March. 25th through the 29th is what we're looking at here. This map shows the likelihood of temperatures being above average. So the likelihood is pretty high for temperatures to be above average out to the west, kind of splitting the plains in half and then heading out to the west here. Cooler than average, or right about average, farther out to the east. And unfortunately, we're still not getting rain in the area that we need it the most. So we have a decent likelihood of being below average for that rainfall in this area highlighted in tan. Stays pretty active along the west coast and even down to the south into southern Texas. So this is going to increase the fire danger. That's what that tells me, is that we are going to continue to see that fire danger throughout the end of March, most likely. Unfortunately, we still have some time left to deal with those dust storms and that fire danger. All right, thanks for joining us today. It was a pretty short forecast because we're still several days out from that next severe weather event, but of course we'll be watching it for you, and we'll be back tomorrow with your forecast, giving you more details as we get closer to this event. In the meantime, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And if you're interested in a hail, wind, or tornado map, we mapped all of those storms yesterday, so it's up at hailtrace.com right now. Give us a call if you're interested in getting a subscription at 855-334-4245, or email us at info@hailtrace.com. I think that this is the number. If you're having any troubles navigating the app or the online version, you can also call this number and get some help on that. We have customer success team standing by and helping people with the app as you're out in the field ready to use it. Alrighty, thanks for joining us today. Hit that follow button and we'll see you back here same time, same place tomorrow.